Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. No. Did you hear me on that one? Welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. You're trying to catch that.
Hold on, your battery.
Welcome. So I had hold people accountable and make sure we identify and verify, because I don't know if y'all know what our theme is. Our theme is, are you vote ready? And Tiffany Dominique from Black Women's Roundtable Philadelphia is asking everybody in this crowd, are you vote ready? Are you going to make sure your neighbors are vote ready? So we got a dynamic program for you. The first person I'm going to bring on is the president, CEO, baddest sister I know in the new civil rights movement. She's been around for a long time, but y'all might not know her name. Because, when you had that quiet storm, when you got that quiet storm and they just sweep in, that's who we got coming up to the stage right now. We got Miss Melanie Campbell, President, CEO of the National Coalition of Black Civic Participation and the convener of the Black Women's Roundtable. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up.
Hello, Philadelphia! And the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Yes, that's it. So first, I want to thank our sister leader, Tiffany Dominique. Can you give her a round? I want to thank her advisor, Donna Frisbee Greenwood. We go way, way back. Both of us, all three of us actually. And our brother Woody with a yellow cap in the house somewhere. And so I just want to say, why are we here? We know we got to turn out to vote. But tonight, first, I want to thank you all on behalf of the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation and the Black Women's Roundtable and Black You Vote, right? For all that you're doing. What we want to do, we're doing this Power of Unity 22, Power of the Ballot, Get Out the Vote comedy tour. We've been in 5 states. We started 30 days ago. We were in Cleveland. We were in Toledo and Columbus. Then we went on down south. We went on down to, where did we go? We went to Orlando, Florida for a night. We're going back because they were dealing with the storm. And then we moved to Georgia. Georgia on our minds, like Pennsylvania is on our minds. And we spent some time down in Georgia. Then we went on and hit ahead and went back north to the cold country of Kalamazoo, Michigan. And then we went to Pontiac and what was the other, Southfield and closed out in Detroit at the Motor City. And so now we're here with you all. And the idea was, there's been a lot of stress. And we know you all are voting, and we know you all gonna take some people with you. But we also know that you're out here fighting the fight every day. And so one of the things our folks were telling us in different places was we are stressed out, we're carrying the weight, we're fighting the fight, we're fighting for our rights, we're fighting. We need some joy. Yeah. And so we said, and we have been working with Michelle, the Indie Mom of Comedy, who's on our team and on the comedy circuit. And we started trying to figure out what we could do. And this idea of a comedy tour came to mind. The Party with a Purpose is what we wanted to do. So we're here tonight just for you all to pause and have a good time. And then we have partners, as you all can see, and one of them is in the audience, and she's my mentor, my soror, and my friend, Miss Cleola Brown. Come on up, Miss Cleola. Yes, ma'am. Miss Cleola Brown, as she sachets on up here, is the president and national president of the A. Philip Randolph Institute. She's a labor leader, civil rights leader, bad sister. Much more I can say about her, but she is my sister friend. And you know how you got people that you say, I'll get in the foxhole with you? And don't let that smile fool you. She will cut you. Don't get it confused. So, but you won't even feel bad. You won't feel bad. And so I know we're live, and so I want to give a shout out. And Cleola, come on up with Roland Martin Unfiltered. Thank you for being our media partner and bringing this out into the audience out there. So Cleola, let us know, what is the power of the ballot all about? Anything else you want to tell us?
Well, if there's a question in your mind, something's wrong with your mind. Because the news has been doing it left and right, and they think they're slick, and I say they because they don't think like we think. I was just sitting with my sister right here, and we were talking a little bit about how is it that when you have grown folk conversation back in the day, the elders would just have to look at you, right? They didn't have to say a word. They just, and right away that something is wrong and you need to hush up. There is no hushing up of what's going on now. We've got to fight back. And we've got to show up and show out in order to get that dialogue stopped. Because for some reason, folks are believing some of the okie doke that's being talked about, and that's crazy. But the ballot is clear this time. When they try to make a decision about what you're going to do with your body, okay? When they start talking about what Social Security is going to mean, when you get to be my age, that becomes a precious fight. And that's one where you start greasing up, right? You start getting it ready. And it doesn't matter how you walk, and that stiffness will come in your back and your hands will get extra strong because you have worked too hard, fought too many battles, and bled too deeply for them to start talking about taking what you've already earned away from you. Something's wrong with that. And how can folks believe it? Well, that's just them old people talking. No, it's not. If you think about the number of children and spouses that are left who are receiving a Social Security benefit, you're talking about the structure of many of families that look like us. Because for some of us, that's all there is left. So that's on the ballot too. When you start talking about how it is that the rents and the mortgage payments and all the rest of it is going to impact us, oh yeah, you talking to us. Because I've got a 48-year-old son, okay? And I'm looking at him every day. I don't want you coming back and bringing company with you, just call them chaps and all. No. You love your kids dearly, but no. And that's the impact of the economy that's on all of us. That makes a difference. Well, they're going to do what they're going to do. Yeah, if you sit on your behind and don't do nothing to change it. Our voice, our vote, our willingness to fight. And sometimes in the country we used to say, well, if you're going to pick a fight here, baby, you better pack a lunch because you're going to be a little while. And that's the attitude that's so important for us to understand and for us to do. And for y'all that got them people that live in your house with you to talk about they ain't gonna vote, put them out. Put them out. Because they're taking away what you have struggled so hard to work for and to earn. Now, that's what this ballot means to me. And a part of it is not being forgetful and to be able to give a message to folks that they will hear and understand. Some folks are talking about things like intersectionality of this, and if we have something in our wheelhouse. Miss Mary don't know what you're talking about when you're talking about intersectionality and wheelhouse and all that. Come on, y'all. You know how we are. And Miss Mary's the one with the juice in the community that can get people to get together and get their behinds down to the poll. We have to talk straight talk. And with all that they're doing, and I'm gonna hush up right now, Melanie, with all that they are doing to make it hard for folks to even go to the polling place, you ought to be mad already. Can't nobody give me a sandwich if I'm hungry and standing in that line? Don't mess with my food. Don't mess with the food. Can I get a drink of water? Baby, I done had 2, and I got 1 in my purse right over there. And I got some cookies too. But taking a look at the reality of what's happening and scaring people from doing the jobs that they normally did, our pride in our community was to be a poll watcher and walk around with a strut because I'm running this right here. And old folk, like you saw me coming up here with my little stick, baby, that stick get the patent if them folks that said they were coming don't get here right soon. They send somebody for you. They ain't calling on no cell phone or texting nobody. John, go over to Sally Joe's house and tell her, get her and all them children down here. And that's the clout of the nature of the community that we come from. And that's the way we have to communicate with folks. Now I'm gonna say something that's a little left of color, if that's all right with you, Melanie. And then I'm gonna walk over here, so if you get mad at me, you can't reach me to hit me. Now, I was in Las Vegas a few days ago. I guess it's been about a week and a half ago. I'm coming right on back. I had to get my little cheat sheet because I don't want to misquote nobody, all right? And I picked up the wrong one, too. Be patient with me. Oh, y'all got to give old people a chance to do it right. But while in Las Vegas, there were the 2 ladies of the evening that were riding around town with a sign on the top of their car, which said, 2 hookers, $50. A policeman seeing the sign stopped them and told them they'd either have to remove the sign or go to jail. Now, just at that time, another car passed with a sign saying, Jesus saves. One of the ladies asked the officer, how come you don't stop them? Well, that's a little different, the officer smiled as he was talking to them. Their sign pertains to religion. So the 2 ladies of the night frowned as they took their sign down and drove off. Well, the following day, the same police officer was in the area where he noticed that the same 2 ladies were driving around with not the same sign, but a larger sign. This time, figuring that he had an easy arrest that he could make, he began to catch up with them when he noticed the sign, which read a little differently. It said, 2 fallen angels seeking Peter, $50. You know what I'm saying? But that's messaging, folks. They understood that and continue to do just the same kind of messaging so that people understand what you're talking about. Intersectionality, my behind.
Well, she's on the show. The show has begun.
So we're gonna bring a local talent to the stage. Celebrating sisterhood founder, Robin Shine Maddox. Come on up. It's a PK, so we're gonna have to shut her down, because she'll be long-winded because she got a preacher as a daddy. So
All the way in the back, Donna's like, wrap it up. I just got the mic, my sister. Listen, to all my fine, fit, fabulous sisters out here, make some noise. And to all of my fantastic, phenomenal, faithful brothers, make some noise. Woo! I am so excited and delighted to be in the house, in church, one more time. Can I get an amen? Listen. We are doing some great things in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our churches, in our mosques, in our temples. Listen, let's not get discouraged. Let's not, start spreading lies
and feel like we're defeated. No, we are victorious. We are winners. We do the work, and we expect the results from the work that we do. Listen, all I'm just here to say is, if you haven't, if you're watching and you have no clue what we're talking about, shame on you. Shame on you. But there is hope, because there's people like Mel and Tiff and Donna, my seasoned sexy sister over here, and all of us here who are gathering, who are not ashamed to lift up our voices, cry loud, and we spare not. We're tired of people believing lies as if it's true. We're going to stand on the truth. We know the truth. And we're going to be fearless as we take our souls to the polls.
Now we're going to have one more person come up in between the comics. Two more people. The next person I'm going to bring to the stage is the manager of our campaign, Christina Q, but she is also the leader of our Black Youth Vote at the national level, because we know that we got to get young people to the polls, just like we got to get some of these seasoned folks to the polls. So we're going to have Christina Q come on up now.
Hey, Philly, how y'all doing? We're so glad to be in Philly. This is our sixth city, our fifth state on the Power of the Ballot tour. So we are so happy to be with you all. So thank y'all so much for coming out. And just wanted to say hello. We want to make sure our millennials are getting out to vote. We want to make sure our Gen Zs are getting out to vote. We want to make sure our Black men know that we need them and to get out to vote. We know Black women show up, right? And so we know y'all gonna all get out to vote. And so thank y'all so much for being here. And then I just wanted to also thank our sponsors. If Melody, you want me to do that? You got it. Okay. Just want to thank our sponsors and thank our local partners for all being a part of this tour. Because without all of you and all of your support, we could not make this tour possible. So thank you so much. And I will turn it over back to Tiffany.
So now it's no way we can come into a union building and not have some union representation. Because I don't know if y'all know, but there is power in this room. There is power in this room. And we're going to bring some power to the stage right now. We're about to bring some power to the stage right now. I don't even know if he need an introduction. You know, people up in this room might actually know him. I don't know. Can we welcome the infamous Philly native trying to go to DC but act like he ain't from Philly? I don't know. You know, he acting like he wasn't rooting for Bryce Harper on Monday. He acting like he wasn't watching that Eagles game with Jalen Hurts. Okay, you was there. Okay. You know, that's the kind of MVP we bringing to the stage right here. You got it?
It is always great to come home. Apollos Baker. I am a board member for the National Coalition of Black Civic Participation. I'm also representing the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists. It is always wonderful to be home. And when people talk about Philadelphia, they always are jealous of the fact that when you go to Philadelphia, y'all run up the score. So it's always important that you remember that you get up and run up the score, because you run the score up with people that look like us. This town is built off people who look like us. It's important that we take us to the polls. It's important that we remember that on election day, it is our opportunity to either rehire or fire. So as you continue to go forward, keep the faith. I need to get a cheesesteak and D'Alessandro's before I go home. I also got to make sure I pick up some black cherry wish nut and some Herb sour cream chips. I got a list. You're right. I need an apple pie. You got it. But After I do all that, please make sure that we are connecting with our people back in our neighborhoods to remind them that our power and strength on election day is the opportunity to either hire or fire. Let's have some fun tonight. I'm looking forward to our comedians, and hopefully they'll continue to bring us some laughter. Thank you.
So I'm gonna let Melanie bring the next act to the stage.
We're gonna do it together. How about that?
Okay.
And hey, Alex Payee in the house. Black Male Initiative. Black You Vote. So good to see you. We gotta hear from you. And this is again the Power of the Ballot comedy tour. Y'all ready for some comedy? I know y'all had some already. Cleola's got her going, didn't she? And so I think, are y'all really ready? Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, we got a little transition period. Get the lights ready. We're gonna make this a comedy club. Y'all feel like this is a comedy club? Don't you feel this? Don't you feel the comedy club? I don't hear the comedy club music though. Where's the music? Where's the music? They ain't gonna get mad at me. Okay, lift it up, lift it up. Yes. So we're gonna bring on our sister Michelle, the indie mom of comedy. Bad sister. Bad sister. She's not only on the comedy circuit getting it done, she's an organizer too. She's also helping us to produce and helped us create this idea. She is our cultural expression advisor for the National Coalition. So give it up for Michelle, the indie mom of comedy.
Y'all keep it going for Melanie and Tiffany. Keep it going. So I got a little bit of housekeeping. So thank you, fake DJ. Turn the song off. Fake DJ, I appreciate y'all clap for the fake. She pulled that way out the craze, girl. Where you get that song from? I heard that since 79. Listen, first of all, who's excited to be out on a Thursday night here in Philadelphia? I'm gonna do a little bit of housekeeping. For anybody that is recording on your phone, this is being recorded live on Roland Martin Unfiltered. So we're gonna ask you to put your bootleg phone away and start trying to get. They should have came. Whoever you recording for, they should have came with you. So they missing the show. They can't record. So please don't let them know what's happening. I appreciate everybody in here that still has their mask on. Let me put my time on. I appreciate everybody who's still wearing their mask because I'm looking around this room and put my time on. And I know COVID is still around, right? And in my spirit, I feel like some of y'all don't have COVID. But you got something. You ever seen somebody that got something? You can't put your hand on it, but you can look at them and tell something ain't right. Something ain't right. They ain't been diagnosed, but you know they got, you got that family member that be in the basement and the holidays coming, like put his plate by the door. Ain't nobody gonna talk back to me. Put his plate by the door. Because we might not know if he got COVID, but he got something, you understand? So I'm trying to get it right so that we can stay on task. I want to thank everybody who came up here and talked way too much because it's important what you're saying. Y'all did too much. Y'all did way too much, but it's important what you're saying. I want to thank you for taking us to church, sis, on a Thursday. She came up here like you know how the ushers come up there like, praise the Lord. Sit your ass down somewhere. We about to laugh. I feel in my spirit, some of y'all mad because I'm cute. I feel that in my spirit. It's okay, because everything you see, I meant to do this. You understand? So no black women try to act like, I just threw this. So ain't nobody throw nothing on. You know you meant to wear that, sis. Why you being phony? You laid it out on the bed. You backed up off of it like, I don't even know if they ready for this at the Labor's Training Center. I don't know. I want to thank the campaign manager for that beautiful, graceful ass fall that y'all should. Oh, we saw you. Girl, that was slick. I said, is it the pants? I got the same pants on. I marched up here. I ain't about to fall. She played it off. Y'all was like, oh, pray. Somebody said, praise the Lord. We always praying. Ain't nothing happened to her. She all right. She knew what she was doing when she put them little tight ass pants on. Then we going to Philly. It's some brotherly love in Philly. Give me some brotherly love. Because she's single and she here to mingle. I'm going to tell her business. I just want to thank y'all for coming out. And I do appreciate laughter, because laughter is why I'm not in the penitentiary right now. No, I'm serious. Laughter will keep you from hurting people. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all can't tell by looking at me, because my sister here, my soror, well, our soror, she's also a Delta Sigma Theta, Donyada Tenson principal here in Philadelphia. Donyada Tenson Smith. She been married, she been inside. I did over 20 years in that institution she been in. Ain't nobody talking back to me. I did 20 years inside. I got out on good behavior, is what I'm trying to say. I got out with my edges in the waistline. Ain't nobody talking back to me. You know, some people stay too long. I love marriage, but I got out on good behavior. My husband, not so much. This side is smart. My husband, this the IEP section over here. This right here is STEM. She picked up everything I laid down. This is STEM and AP and IB. This right here is heating and air, HVAC. This is the HVAC session. They still building carburetors. We don't even use carburetors no more. I'ma laugh because I'm away from them 3 people that I made with that dream killing ass man. You understand me? Or I'm the only one with children. Anybody else got children? Yes. I love my children. I love my children. Who is excited that their children are not here? Let's clap for that. I got one at Prairie View A&M University down in there in Texas. I got one at Norfolk State University in Virginia. And then I got a son who for the last couple months been doing time at his father's house. Clap for him. If I did a 20-some year bid, you gonna go put some time in, sir. I want to thank that dream killing ass man for them beautiful children. I love telling people how old my kids are, especially white folk. I wish it was more of them here. You know, when you tell white people how old your children, they be like, oh my God, you look amazing. You look amazing. Oh my God, you have a 21. No way. Are you serious? Oh my God. You look amazing. How old are you? And I'd be messing with the white women. I'm 97. You don't even. Melanin be popping in these streets. They don't know how old we are. Y'all know they don't know how old black women are. And the thing is, we ain't gonna get no reparations no time soon, but God blessed us with melanin. Anybody talking back to me? This is what we got. And I think that I'm just grateful to be a mother, but I'm grateful that they're far away and doing their own thing. And I'm back out here in these streets, tight in the waist, cute in the face. You understand? Y'all still petty. I'm tight in the waist, cute in the face. Don't nobody like this. Don't nobody get some, sis. Tight in the waist, cute in the goddamn face. I was real petty when I was married. I was Petty LaBelle. I like to look like the girlfriend. You understand me? Even when I was married, I came outside disrespectful. You understand me? I went to Whole Foods with a thong and a trench coat. That's it. But be like, where you going? I said, I'm going to go shop for some organics. You understand me? Because that's what happened. Women, we get so comfortable when we get in relationships. We start to let ourselves go. I like to make the brother nervous every time I leave. I want the brother to be overly concerned. If you do women, let your girlfriend be nervous, whatever you do. But I like the brother to be nervous. He was from Chicago. I used to go to Chicago and visit, right? I come outside with a thong on and some Ugg boots. That's it. That's it. Because here's my premise. I will go outside in Chicago. If you've ever been to Chicago, it's cold. It's like the devil don't even show up. Like everybody should be saved. The devil don't show up in the wintertime. This side picking up. I said everybody should be saved. You got me, Deaconess. Thank you, Sora. It's going from special needs to special. I would come outside with a thong, some Ugg boots on. He'd be like, where you going? I said, I'm going outside. Tell that brother, don't get it confused. I'll catch a man before I catch a goddamn cold. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking back to me. I'll catch a man before I catch a cold. 3 babies later, I'll catch a man before I catch a cold, kind sir. Kind sir. But we're here because we know that this work of getting out the vote is some serious work. And we know that the women that are on the front line, let's be real clear, it's always been black women. Ain't nobody gonna talk slick. It's always been black women on the front line. The Fannie Lou Hamers and all the ones who was taking it in the face, like literally taking blows to the face. And we would be on the front line doing the heavy lifting, and the brothers would be at the podium. I ain't talking bad about nobody, but I'm going to call a thing a thing. We would be out here doing this work. So we need to laugh sometime to keep from smacking these old civil rights ass activist dudes out. You know them ones that got 3 strands of hair left, be pulling over to ain't nobody. Used to be real slick in like 87. He had a full, well, we're going to talk about that later. But y'all got to know what's on the ballot. Y'all got to know what's really on the ballot. Y'all got some laws in Pennsylvania that are still ridiculous right now. I did some research. That's what I do, because prior to being a full-time stand-up comic, I was a student right here at Temple University. I was in grad school here. Me and my soror, we was working on our PhD at the same time. I said working on it. I said I ain't finished. I said I was working on the PhD. I did about 3 years. It's like spades. I did 3 in the possible. I was trying to make board. They don't know what I'm saying. They play spades. I went to a HBCU. We played spades. And I promise you some of these laws are ridiculous. I'm going to bring up your first comic. It's a law on the books right now. That's why you got to understand the ballot in Pennsylvania. There's a law that says it's illegal for y'all to catch fish with your bare hands. Who the hell is polar bear going down to the Schuylkill just sticking their hand? Why the hell is that a law in Pennsylvania? That's ridiculous. Well, that should be on the ballot. This is stupid. Get this off the ballot. It's another crazy ass law in Pennsylvania that says that it is illegal to let off a firearm at a wedding. Look it up. I did my research. First of all, when they said, is there anybody here who does not believe these two should be joined together? Somebody popped over like, I told them right up, punk ass, slick ass, kick ass. They were like, it's illegal. It's illegal. They did it in South Philly. It's illegal. They did it on Diamond Street. It's illegal. Stupid ass laws. Stupid ass. It's a law in Pennsylvania that says you can't. Is that you, Sora? Whoever it is, turn that phone on. Don't be acting like it ain't yours. I'm looking right at you, whoever it is. I can't stand black people. Y'all so disrespectful. It's a damn show. She got the phone on ring, like regular ring. Like that's the ring from your grandmother's house, the phone that was on the wall. That's that with the runner. You know how you had to run, you go to your grandma, you had to walk on the runner, and there was a phone on the wall. That's that ring. Pick the phone up. That's Niecy. That's Niecy calling grandma. Pick the phone up. It's a law on the books right now that I'm going to bring up your first comment that says that you can't have more than 16 women living in the same house in Pennsylvania. It's a law. Look it up. Y'all want to know the logic? It's so ridiculous. Y'all ready for this? They said because if it's more than 16, if it's 17 women in Pennsylvania living in the same house, they must be running a whorehouse. It's in the books. It said they running a brothel. Hashtag whorehouse, hashtag tricking, hashtag getting money, hashtag popping. I'm about to count 17 of y'all. The 17th one is the hoe in the group. That's all I'm saying. That's you. That's you. She the Rahab. Come around the back. Come around the back. You should have laughed. That was from scripture. I said Rahab. All right, this the last law I got shared. I'm going to bring with us up. It's a law in the books right now in Pennsylvania that says in Pittsburgh in particular, and we're going there tomorrow. I can't wait to say this tomorrow. Mel, I can't wait to get to Pittsburgh and talk about this tomorrow. They said in Pittsburgh, it is illegal to take a mule or a donkey onto the trolley. Look it up. Y'all already can tell I'm not well. First of all, who the hell is taking a mule or a donkey onto the trolley? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you need a ride, put your ass on that ass and go everywhere you got. Ain't nobody laughing. Y'all not that smart. Y'all not that. Pennsylvania, get yourself together, Pennsylvania. This is the last law. This one was so ridiculous, right? Because I used to live in South Philly. At first, I used to live off of 20th and Fairmount. Then I lived right on South Street on 20th and South. And I think this is so ridiculous. It says in the law books in Pennsylvania, it says that it is illegal for a displaced person. And this is what I love. I'm like here. I'm with you, Sorrel Cleola. You know, displaced is a nice word. For ain't got no goddamn home, right? It's a better word. It's illegal for displaced people to sleep outside on top of a refrigerator. It's a Pennsylvania law, y'all. I ain't even making this up. I said, I'm trying to make it make sense. You can't sleep on a refrigerator, but your ass can sleep on Arch Street across from the Philadelphia Convention Center. You could sit on Arch Street and go to sleep, but if we put a refrigerator out there, you're going to jail. If you sit on that refrigerator, we're taking your goof ass to jail. Get off that refrigerator in front of Reading Terminal. Get your ass off that refrigerator. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make sense. All right, last one for real, last one. Is in Philadelphia, if you have a home or if you live somewhere, your bedroom has to always be 200 feet from the bathroom. Look it up. Y'all pissy ass Philadelphians can't make it to the toilet. What the hell? You gotta have 200 feet. Or you can get, you gotta get in the toilet. I know that was too graphic, but that's just how ridiculous the laws are here. So I just want us to get to a place where we're more educated about the ballot, because everybody's focused on the presidential elections. The president is already in the office. The vice president is there. What's happening in Philadelphia? What's happening in the state of Pennsylvania? That's what matters. So we're talking about the power of the ballot, and we're ready to kick this thing off now. For all of you all who are deep and saved and ain't never laughed, I need you to exit stage right even. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting here censoring the giftedness of these comedians. I want y'all to loosen up. I know some of y'all been saved from the womb. Came out, hallelujah. That ain't my testimony. I'm saved by grace. I'm the disciple that cuss. You understand? Peter. Don't nobody go to Wednesday night Bible study at Sharon Baptist. Listen. Peter will cuss you smooth out and cut you. So if y'all got a problem with anything that's about to be shared in humor and jest to entertain you, march your happy Holy Spirit ass out the door and have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about your trouble. I ain't never scared. So are we ready? Y'all ready? Coming to the stage. This lady I'm bringing up here, y'all, she is originally from Chicago. I met her when I was in there doing Hard Time. Thanks for remembering what I said, beloved. People are like, she don't look like she was in prison. They just got in here. They don't understand the joke. But I met her in Chicago some years ago. She is now living in Atlanta. You may have seen her in Barbershop, the movie. You may also have seen her. She does a daily podcast, with T-Pain called Nappy Boy Radio. And she's also a frequent panelist on Ricky Smiley's Dish Network. But she's here with you tonight. She came all the way from Atlanta to be with you here for the power of the ballot. So I need y'all to start clapping right now. Start clapping right now. Give it up for my girl, Vanessa Fraction! Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Hey, hey. Y'all keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Hey, hey. Woo. Hey, y'all give it up for Michelle. Give it up for Michelle. Give it up for Michelle. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, you cut that off. You cut that off. He was ready. What? You cut that off. Yeah. Well, no.
That is my part. Because I like what I see when I'm looking at me and I'm walking past the mirror. I do. I'm feeling good. I'm in a great part of my life and a comfortable part of my life. So amen to that. Yes. You can tell I'm in a comfortable part of my life because, you start wearing clothes that look a little bit more like pajamas. You know what I mean? Y'all not really sure what this is. Y'all like, but she doing it, It's from the Whoopi Goldberg collection, I'm comfortable, But that's a good thing. I'm comfortable because I was able to make certain choices in my life. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all you all that are doing the work and knocking on the doors and letting us know that how important it is to vote, I'm gonna get right into it. Like I said, I was able to make certain decisions for myself. I have had an abortion. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you, man, for that laughter. Wasn't funny at the time, but you know what? I'm here. No, but seriously, we got to let that out. You know what I'm saying? I have had one, you know what I mean? And it allowed me, I also have 2 children, but it allowed me the opportunity to make a choice about what was going to work best for me and what was going to work best for me and my family. You know what I mean? So now I can write some checks because I'm not canvassing, but I'm writing checks. Amen. No, I'll canvass too. I promise I will. I'll get out, knock on the doors and make the calls. But I'm happy about that. I have grown adult children. Yeah, I'm 43. My son is 25. Yeah, you ain't got to do the math, but you thought I was a hoe in high school, but now I'm smart. Hey, you thought I was a hoe in high school, but now I'm smart? Yeah, because my kids is grown and y'all is toddlers. You can't go nowhere and I can go farther. You thought I was a hoe in high school, but now that's my song. I made that up. I like it, though. It works. It works. And that life worked for me. My son is in the Air Force. He's 25 years old. He's serving his country. Yes. Super proud of him. Happy he's in the Air Force. I told him, son, when you come home and visit, I need you to take me to the gun range. You know what I mean? I believe in my Second Amendment right, but I really need to know how to use it. And I want to know some military style stuff. I want to know how to kick that door down and put what I'm talking about? Put it out the window and position and get, you know what I mean? It's like, you got to take me to the gun range, son. And he told me he only been to the gun range twice. I was like, son, you've been in the Air Force for like 5 years. What you been doing? He reminded me that he's in finance. I was like, son, I thought you was a killer, When you say you're in the service, I just think everybody learn how to kill, at least on the weekends or something. He said, you ain't no killer. He said, Mom, I'll be killing these invoices and purchase orders. That's what I kill, He said, Mom, I order the grenades. I don't throw the grenades. I order them. I said, all right, son. So all that said, I got a shipment coming in a couple of weeks. Anybody need anything? Rolling in a tank next year. Ooh. No, super happy about that. It wasn't easy raising him. I was in a co-parenting or supposed co-parenting situation. His father and I were not married, and we had always agreed that if I wasn't married by a certain point in time, that he would go and live with his father because we felt that was best for our son. But what we didn't agree upon, and where I feel like we had a misunderstanding, is when he went to go live with his father put me on child support. Oh my. I know we might have some sensitive ears in here, but I'm going to say it real quick how I felt. I was like, what kind of bitch ass shit is this? I was taken aback. I just had the son. Why do I have to, you know what I mean? We don't even get paid the same rate. I hope that's on the ticket next time. Can we get equal pay as women? I just would love that. But I honestly was like, what type of a bitch ass man would put a woman on child support? I got so upset I called him up. I said, what type of it is this? He said, I don't know, but it's the same thing you did to me. Bitch. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't like that joke. I really don't. I don't like the joke, but I do tell that joke because it's my truth. And you have to get comfortable with your truth. And the truth is, I didn't mind paying money. We all know it takes money to raise a child. I was pissed off because he was trying to turn me into a baby daddy. Now, man, I ain't finna be your baby daddy. I'm the mama, I'm the nurturer, you know what I mean? But he kept doing baby mama stuff coming out of the role that I thought he should have, and I had to take on the other one. Because honestly, I thought it was gonna be like Boys in the Hood. Y'all remember Boys in the Hood? Y'all remember when Angela went and dropped Trey off the Lawrence Fishburne? Y'all remember that? Trey got out the car, Angela rolled that window down and looked at him and said, son, I think this gonna be a good thing for you. She rolled that window up and let Lawrence Fishburne take care of the rest because it was his turn. You know what I mean? He got that car, taught him how to cut hair, how to wear a condom, how to be safe in the streets. His best friend Ricky died. Angela was not at the funeral. You know what I mean? She said, I'm just joking. She might have been at the funeral, but the point is that it was his, you know what I mean? It's time to take it over. I thought I had a Lawrence Fishburne. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a Tyrese. It was more like Baby Boy. We was arguing. We couldn't get it together, I tell you. But he was doing that baby mama stuff, like he moved, didn't tell me where he was moving to. That's what baby mamas do. So I didn't know, what do you do? I had to call some of my homeboys and figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I paid for a plane ticket for my son to come see me during the holidays. He wouldn't put him on the plane. That's what baby mamas do. So what can I do? I get upset. I got to drive 7-8 hours down to where he at. By the time I get there, I'm hot, I'm frustrated, and I actually didn't even know what to do. But I had seen this in a movie, and it worked in the movie. So I just went for it. So I'm outside his apartment like, hey, you better bring my son out here, homie. Hey, man, this is crazy. I just want to see my seed. I'm out there holding my stuff. I didn't even know I had no stuff. It grew on the way to Florida. I'm just out there. You showing out in front of the neighbors? Bring my son out here. This is crazy. He brought him out too. It got ridiculous. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for him, but it was embarrassing for me. It's a lot of guilt you feel when you're the non-custodial parent, right? Because when we were growing up, it was no agreement. If a woman didn't have her children, you automatically believe some things about her, right? Yep, your mom and your aunties was looking at her from down the street like, They done came and got that woman cheering. You knew the state came and got him. It wasn't nothing cute, And you was like, that heifer probably drink and do drugs. And I do drink and do drugs, but you gotta be honest now. But that's not why I didn't have my kid. Like I say, it was just his turn. But even my son's father would try to make me feel guilty about our agreement. He would call me up anytime he thought I was having fun. Call me up like, if you cared about your son, you want to talk right now. If you cared about your son, you want to talk. I'm like, it's not that I don't care about my son. It's just that I can't hear you over the DJ. I'm at the club right now. I'm trying to kick it. Why don't you call me during parenting hours? It's after 10 o'clock. Why are you awake? Don't I pay you to be responsible? Take your ass to bed. Shit. You can't do what I do. You got kids. Now that is my favorite part of the joke. We all got a role to play, man. No. I'm super happy. I talk mess, but you can't pay money to know that your child is in a safe place and hopefully that they're speaking well of you too. You know what I mean, or whatever. So I'll end it with that. I got married recently. Boom. Yeah. Got me off them streets, baby. I thought I was finna spoil out there. I was expiring. I could smell it. It was getting rough. Got me just in time. And I married somebody I'm not ashamed to say I like my husband. I like my husband. You know what I mean? And I say that because I wasn't above getting married for circumstance. Oh, baby, I was. Let me tell you something. I grew up humble. I don't like to say poor, but it was below the poverty line, Some things went right in the household, And you don't necessarily know that. You always think to yourself, well, everybody got to fill up a bucket to flush the toilet. You know what I mean? Everybody use kerosene for the heater when it get cold. Everybody do that. Everybody gas go off every now and again. Everybody lights go out and got to use candles every now. You don't necessarily, know your status. You just know you got love in the house, right? And that's how, we were or whatever. But when I found out that I don't want to go back. You know what I mean? And it's not in a bad way. Again, I started noticing that we lived a little bit differently when we started going to school. And we would have the field trip. Now, the field trip, everybody loved the field trip. And I would notice how everybody in the class was super excited about the field trip. Everybody but me. I'm nervous. Because I know if I get this field trip paper and I look down and it costs any money, chances are that I'm not going. Exactly. You know what I mean? And that can be traumatic for a kid when everybody else is going somewhere and you want to go on the field trip. You want to extend your learning, expand your learning. You don't care if it's a museum. You don't care if it's the zoo. You don't care if it's the sanitation department. I will watch you turn doo-doo into clean water. I just want to explore. I want to get out of here and be like everybody else, right? So the paper I got, I looked down on the field trip paper, it's $13. A tear came down my eye because I was like, I might as well burn this paper. I can't take it to my parents. My parents got 6 kids. And if I got a field trip paper, that means all 6 of us got a field trip paper. And I'm going to tell you something. My parents didn't have 6 $13. They might have had 2 $13, but they did not have 6 $13. And you know, sometimes black parents round up. My mama get an attitude like, I don't have $100. I'm like, mama, it's $78. It's going to be $100 you're going to want to eat. So now I done got her upset before she got to go to work. You know what I mean? She frustrated. I'm upset because when I go to school, I can't go on the trip. So where do I go? ISS, in-school suspension. So now I'm being punished for being poor. And I'm going to tell you something, it stuck with me. And I feel like even to this day, I got some type of PTSD, some type of poverty, traumatic stress disorders of some sort. I'm serious. When I feel poverty creeping up on me, it just, I like, you know, I really feel like that. And so as a kid, I told myself, I'm not missing no more field trips. When I got grown, that leads me to my husband. As an adult, I'm not missing any more field trips. And some of us are still missing the field trip. When's the last time you've been to the museum? Something nice. Lord have mercy, getting on a plane or something like that. And you know why you haven't been? Because your partner ain't got the $13. You sitting in ISS with this, watching the world go by. You hear me? I ain't missing no more field trips. So I didn't mind the fact that my husband, you know, is well-to-do. And he also is patient, very patient with me. Because like I said, I do feel like I go through a little of that poverty, traumatic disorder. It popped out in the Panda Express. Oh my goodness. I knew. No, that's why I knew I was going through, because I acted a fool in the Panda Express recently. Y'all know what Panda Express is? The restaurant chain where you go in, get your little rice, a little noodle, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and then you pay for however many meats, and that's your plate or whatever. Now, every time me and my husband go into the Panda Express, we always get this server. I'm not going to say we affectionately call her this, but it's this server we call Little Scoops. Because every time we in the Panda Express, this heifer want to little scoop the food into my tray. You ever have that where it's like, you ain't even filling the spoon up? Get this into my tray. I'm paying $17.95. You ain't Miss Panda. Put the shrimp in my tray. Because now I'm petty because you got to go, can I have another shrimp? You know what I'm saying? Now you look foolish in front of everybody. Can I have another shrimp? Put it in the tray. I'm looking over here at the window. They are dumping food into the tray at the window. So much so they can't even close. They can barely close the tray. Meanwhile, I'm inside the dining room. I'm walking out jingling. I got stuff jangling. And you can hear it. Like, this shouldn't be moving around. Feel this up. I know there's inflation and stuff like that, but I'm in here tripping out. Like, I should get more. You are trying to steal from me. Attitude. My husband don't know what to do, so we try to go through the drive-through. You know what I'm saying? Try to trick Little Scoops, because every time she is there, lunch, dinner, it don't matter. Little Scoops don't have no days off. So we go through the drive-through or whatever. Now we see the trays coming out the window like, oh, okay, they dumping them. We here. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Soon as we roll up, we order, we get up to the window. While we see Little Scoops come from the back, putting on gloves, walking over to the window, relieving the other woman. I said, if you don't take your ass back in that dining room, stop playing. I feel like she targeting me. I'm serious. I decided to go to Little Panda Express when I got here. I know Little Reed Market is not far, but it was Little Panda Express not far. I go up in there. You ain't gonna believe it. Little Scoops was here in Philly. I said, is this an exchange program? What in the hell is going on? Pissed me off. Real quick, last joke. I'm an emotional kind of girl, if you hadn't noticed. My friends, one time I was going through some stuff, tried to make me feel better and took me to an unusual place to make me feel better. They took me to the strip club. Y'all ever been in you want to talk about it? Y'all want to talk about it? All right. I'll tell y'all about my experience. I did not think I was going to have a good time because, first of all, I'm judgmental. And I was all like, I don't like strippers, called them all kind of names, boop, bop, da bip, right? I had to think about it, though. What do I do for a living? I'm a comedian. I make people feel good for a living. That's what I do for a living when you break it down, right? When you break it down, what do strippers do for a living? Make people feel good for a living. They use their body. I use my mouth. I use my words. You get it. You understand? You know what I mean? All right. So, but the point is, stop judging. So I go in there with an open heart. I meet this stripper, changed my life. Her name was Sympathy, the bereavement stripper. So she would come out anytime anybody was going through something, because a lot of people be troubled in them strip clubs, honestly. And she didn't get money for the dancing. She got money for the counseling. Like, she would get real close, like, oh my God, I heard you lost your job. That's crazy. I've been through that. She'd be all close to him. So what are you doing? You fill out applications? You want unemployment? Maybe you should update your LinkedIn. Anyway, keep yourself busy. And like, she's Sympathy, the bereavement stripper. Y'all ain't feeling me. She's like, oh my God, sir, I heard your granddad died. That's crazy. I've been through that. So what, did they bury him? Did they cremate him? Are you in the will? Are you going to have to pay any type of taxes on that? Inheritance tax or anything? Maybe you should think anyway. Keep yourself busy. Like, she's Sympathy, the bereavement stripper. I know some of y'all ain't sure. Oh my God. Ma'am, I heard you had an abortion. Aw. That's crazy. I've been through that. So were you able to stay home or did you have to get flued out, It's the thing now, getting flued out. Really can't make your own decisions for your own body these days, No, well, you're going to stay up, go to sleep, do you know? Anyway, I hope you get it. Keep yourself busy. She's Sympathy. Okay, oh my God, sir. I heard you hadn't gone to early voting yet. That's crazy. I've been through that. Gonna try to wait till the last minute. You probably should go before the 4th, that way, you know what I mean? It won't be so crowded, you won't be so cranky. You can vote for who you want to, huh? What? You're not registered to vote? That's crazy. I've never been through that. Get yourself together, sir. She's Sympathy. Oh my God, ma'am, I heard you were a pastor and didn't want any of this. Crazy. I've been through that. Heard you're trying to get people motivated about voting, but it gets a little nuts. Anyway, keep yourself busy. Man, thank y'all for that. She really was. Guess what? Next week, y'all gonna be doing that. Y'all gonna be at the house like, oh my God. I think we're out of toothpaste. Her last slogan, keep yourself busy, is super important. Do keep yourself busy being positive. Keep yourself busy motivating other people to do the right thing. Keep yourself busy getting yourself out there to vote, and keep yourself busy making change in the world. Thank you guys so much. My name is Vanessa Fraction. Peace.
Y'all keep it going for Vanessa. Keep it going. Keep it going up for keep it going for the bereavement stripper. Are y'all having a good time? Who in here don't feel saved no more? Who here is questioning their salvation? Who here feel like they need to go have a little talk with the Lord? Don't be raising your hand. I'm so grateful for this laughter, though, because laughter makes a heart real merry like medicine. So I hope that y'all are getting some medicine this evening. Y'all getting some medicine? Some of y'all still mad because I'm cute. I feel that in my spirit. It's going to be all right. I know my limitations. You should always know what you're working with, right? If you got a good girlfriend, she ain't going to let you come out the house raggedy and looking crazy. You can tell who don't have no good friends when you know that you built wild and they don't tell you what not to put on. Don't nobody want to laugh at that, but it's true. Like, I know that I don't have hips, praise the Lord. But God knew not to give me hips because I would be irresponsible. I'd be on the pole right now. If I had some hips, I'd be on the pole making a little coin. So God knew not to give me hips or none of these because I would be out here getting coins. So I thank God for wisdom is what I'm trying to say. But you know, you got that one girlfriend, she built real wild and she won't come outside with some leggings on, but her ass is right below her shoulders. You don't want to laugh. You know, you got that girl who ass sit right here and she will put the leggings on with no tunic, just ass, just high and lifted up, just worshiping ass, just worship. And that's what killed me about black women. Y'all get so deep when y'all ain't had no wuss name. Y'all get real deep. You can look in the room and can tell who ain't had no wuss name in a minute. I could tell by the way you sitting there, your face is tight, just tight. That ain't my testimony. I got out the institution and God had something waiting for me. There was a ram in the bush. Ain't nobody talking back to me. All you gotta do is walk up that mountain, baby sis. It's a ram in the bush. Straight out of Brooklyn. It was right there in the bush. Don't nobody want to play fair. You come on, baby sis. Y'all get so deep there as long as I got Jesus. I got Jesus, but I like that wuss name. You understand me? I'm institutionalized. I did 20 years in marriage. I'm used to getting 3 hot meals, some wuss name. And, you know, I'm just used to it. I know I'm going back inside. I'm a recidivist. Inside don't know recidivism mean when you go back and... Now, I got a husband in the queue. He waiting for me in Jesus' name. I'm not built to be out here in these streets. I'm not. Y'all get so deep long as I got Jesus. Can't stand when y'all get deep like that. You know who ain't had no what's name in church because they just be sitting there as soon as it get good. Hey! That's because you ain't had no what's name. They be the ones running around church. You ever seen these witches? Just running around trying to get that energy out because they ain't getting that energy in. Is anybody talking back to me in this place? Listen, I understand I'm all for worshiping. I'm a worshiper. My thing is I've been up all night in praise and worship. I've been on my knees giving him glory. You don't know like I know what he's done for me. You understand? See, look, y'all over here praying and judging. I can't stand this whole section right here. I'm going to talk to all the whores that live with the 17 people. The 17 whores that live in that house in Pennsylvania. If you really knew God, you would understand God has a great sense of humor. You would understand how to pray because y'all be like, Lord, bless me with a man. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's not how the scripture works. The scripture says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Oh, she recited that. She was judging when I was talking about getting some worse name. But as soon as good thing, hallelujah, a good thing. But when I was down on bended knee, I couldn't get no help in this place. I couldn't get no worshipers in this place. That's number 17. That's the whore. We thank God for her testimony. I rock with her and the woman at the well. All the whores in the Bible. Woman at the well, Rahab. Mary Magdalene was a freak. Washing hair with her feet. That's nasty. I mess with all of them. See, you gotta read the Bible to get these jokes. I ain't got time to deconstruct. Black women get so deep. Y'all be activists and advocates, and y'all be so deep. Y'all ain't had no worse name. Ain't had no worse name, but you've been poll watching and poll searching and signing up and lining up, and you just get to the poll. You need some worse name. Then go to the poll. You're gonna get to the poll faster when you had some worse name. You gotta. Some of y'all ain't laughing because you just feel like that's not of God. They talk about what's name in the Bible. They use different language. He said, and he knew her. Ain't that what it say? In the Bible, when they talk about what's name, they say, and he knew her. Some of y'all was well known before you got saved. Talk about it, President. Some of them was well known down there in New Orleans before they came to know the Lord. Talking about he been better to me than I've been to my own self. If y'all gonna be church, if y'all gonna really be church, you be spiritual. Let's pick a lane. I've been to church my whole life, and I tell you, some of the meanest people I ever met was in church. I love God. I love the Lord because he heard my cry. But I pray specifically. When I got out the institution after doing 20-some years in marriage, and I got out with my edges and a waistline, I said, listen, God, I know you got a ram in the bush for me. I know you. I'm going to walk up this mountain. And I prayed specifically. See, y'all don't know how to pray right. I didn't say, Lord, bless me with a man. That's foolishness. I used the scripture. I did not eisegete. I exegete the scripture. You better come on with me. I said, Lord, you said that if I ask for anything in your name, this is your word. You said you would give it to me. Good measure. That's what you said. Press down. That's what he said. Shaking together and running over. That's what the word said. He said, I poured in your bosom. That's what it said. In my bosom, Lord. He said, I'll pour you out a blessing so big, you won't have room enough to receive it. See, some of y'all too deep, y'all not going to laugh. Because you're getting souls to the polls. Power of the ballot. We have to laugh to keep from crying in these times that we're in. I just want y'all to be more specific. This is how much I know I'm grown. I'm going to bring up our last comedian. This is how grown I am with my prayers. This is how grown I am. You know, after doing 20-some years in marriage and having 3 children, right? I came to understand what I like and what I don't like, okay? Real quick, I know what I like. Some of y'all just say, Lord, bless me with a man. That's foolishness. I said, Lord, bless me with a Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, Bible reading, Bible living, direct deposit having, Kaiser Permanente, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, dental 401k, and a portfolio card carrying. I don't care if he got some credits and he got a couple credits and he working toward a degree. Let him be an intellectual that will still punch you out if you get smart with me. I need a Holy Ghost thug is what I'm asking the Lord for. I need somebody that's going to have my back. We both can't be running talking about help us, Lord. They trying to get it. Help us, Lord. Make it make sense. I'm going to say this last thing, baby sis, and I know that number 17 going to ride with me on this one. Brother, I got to tell Brother Mark why number 17 is funny. Number 17, Brother Mark, because in Pennsylvania, they have a law that if it's more than 16 women living in the house, it's a whorehouse. That's a Pennsylvania law. So I counted all 16 and number 7. I'm the whore. She said I'm the whore. So that's why. I'm going to say this and I'm going to bring B up. And I said, I know what I like. I need, I just need you to just come real close. I'm going to tell you. Just choke me real quick. Y'all judging. I talk too much. I know I talk too much. I don't want to stop breathing. You understand me? I don't want to kill. I just want to get choked a little bit. Not to the point. I just want to question your childhood. That's all I'm saying. In Jesus' name. So we're going to bring up your last comedian. Y'all having a good time? We're going to bring up, she's going to close out this comedy show. And let me tell you why I love this woman so much. She's originally from St. Louis, Missouri. She's been living in Philadelphia for a number of years, splitting her time between the East and the West Coast because she is a working comic. You may have seen her. She has an amazing podcast called Tighten Up Tuesdays, where she actually hosted and co-hosted with Sherry Shepherd, the Sherry Shepherd. She's originally, like I said, from St. Louis. She is a member of our dear sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And I love her so much. You can also catch her because she does something called a frugal flip. She will come to your city and DIY your house for less than $200. She does it all over the country. She's here right now. Please start clapping right now for my soror, my good friend, B Flat. Come on, y'all. Y'all give it up for B Flat.
Thank you, DJ in the booth. That was supposed to be last. You can turn it off because I'm gonna need it at the end. Thank you, DJ. How y'all doing? Okay, I'm home. We've been out like 5 cities now. Y'all know I'm from Philly, living in Philly. Might as well say I'm from here. Shit, I've been here since 92. That's a long time, ain't it? Thank you, but I'm still country. I still say finna. Ha! And I still say why come, because I'm country. That's the St. Louis in me. But yes, I'm just happy to be here. This, get out and vote. It's not new to me. I'm true to this. I've been doing this. It's funny. I was telling some of the girls earlier on the tour that I did. I was the person that actually count the money that pay the people that hit the streets down at, I think it's local 313 or 331. I think it's right there at Ridge and Girard. It's not far from here. If anybody know where that local is? Yeah, that's where they had us set up. They had me, I thought I was rich. They had me walk in there. I ain't even got started yet, but I'm just letting y'all know I see how y'all get down. And I see how y'all get paid. They had me walking in with like 3 men from the Wells Fargo. They had the big money. I was like, I see the big suitcases. They walked me in the room. I was in their room 10 hours. Couldn't come out. They was bringing me water, lunch, everything. Couldn't leave. It was dope, though, until I saw all the money. It was all 5s and 1s and 10s. I said, what the hell going on? Everybody from the local people represent, they walking there, they like, I need 300 envelopes of 500 ones. I said, what the hell is going on? Y'all ain't got no $50, no $100 bills. They talking about, these people from the neighborhood, half of them be coming from these rehabs and from the drug places. We can't pay them with no $50 and no $20 bill because ain't nobody gonna take it from them in the neighborhood. I said, damn. I couldn't believe it. I did like 900 envelopes of $50. They was like, I need 5 5s up to 50 in that one. I was like, all these 5. So this don't make no damn sense. I was like, I can't even steal me a dollar bill. Even if I wanted to slip 1 bill in my pocket, I was like, at least it could be 100. I was like, all these ones. But I'm doing my part. That's one thing about me. I've always been active. I'm letting y'all know right now, I am the nosy neighbor. Anybody here, go on blink. You can blink. Thank you. Ain't no wrong with being a nosy neighbor. That means you're a good neighbor. You looking out for the neighborhood. You don't miss shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm nosy, but I ain't gonna be in your business. It's a difference. I call the police all the time. They talking about defund the police. Well, y'all got me messed up because I love the police. I always call the police, but they ain't never been to my house. I call the police on everybody else. Oh, yes, I will. When I see something don't look right. One day I saw a lady, she ran out the house, ain't had no bra on. She had a butcher knife with some boxes on chasing her man. It looked kind of ugly. I said, well, damn, at first it was funny. Then I was like, oh, no, she got the butcher knife. Let me call the police. So I'm going to call the police. But the thing I don't like about the police, one time they slipped up and came to my house. I called the police on the people behind me at 2143 66th Street. We got the same address, different street. They come knocking on my door talking about, we got to cause a disturbance here at 2143. I said, no, not at this house. It's the one behind me. Then the damn Philly cop talking about, well, can we walk through so we can just come out the back and be in the... Hell no, y'all can't walk through. Because everybody gonna know I'm the one that called. What do it look like with the police coming out my back door? Coming out the alley, walking across the 66th Street. Hell no, I was like, y'all better get in y'all car and drive around. Damn block. But I was all in the window like this in the bathroom just looking. Because I'm not gonna miss nothing. I'm telling you, I helped the census lady. I was so upset. March 2020, I did the census. Went right online, printed out everything, put it in my little folder. I see her in the neighborhood. 6 months, she trying to get everybody information. She keeps slipping the stuff in our door. I'm mad. I'm throwing it away like she tripping. Obviously, they not keeping track of what the hell going on. One day, I catch her. She jumped. You know we Philly. We'll step right over somebody else's porch in a minute and be right. She jumped over the porch. Now she on my porch. I said, excuse me, I don't need this, ma'am. I already did my census. She said, when did you do it? I said, March 2020. She said, all of that got lost when the government shut down. So you're going to have to do it again. I said, ain't that? Well, sit on down. So she sat on the
Girl, she was on my porch 2 hours because I gave her everybody's stuff. She thought, this is my last day. She said, this is my last day. I got to get the rest of the census information. I said, well, did you get Will and them that live right here? I said, because they both 50 years old. Their last name is Allen. I said, I don't know the dude's last name that live upstairs, but he's 37. His first name, Randy. I said, and Janice, right here, her last name is Ross, and her son lives there with 2 children. She talking about, do you know anybody across? I said, yes. That's Jerry and Lorraine. Did you get their house? And what about Miss Rose? I said, you want something to drink? Girl, I went in the house, got her something to drink. We was on. I'm that kind of neighbor. I am going to look out. I don't miss nothing. I'm telling you, when brothers was stealing people Instacart groceries, I was calling my neighbors. They were, girl, I know you ordered them groceries. Darnell just stole your groceries off the I said, Darnell that live down there at 2131, he just stole your groceries off your porch. I don't miss nothing. You need a neighbor like me. I tell people all the time, you need a neighbor like me. Let y'all know right now, I'm a grown-ass woman. There's a couple things gonna happen. You see, I came up here with my flash rags. And I do sell these. And if you want to go on buyjack.com/B flat, they come 3 in the pack. They say draped in the drip, swagged in the sweat, and 2 hits to the neck. Ha! Because all my friends be talking about, girl, what you taking for your high flash? You gonna take a hormone? What you taking? I said 2 hits to the neck. Just like my grandma. So I'm not doing no hormones, because see that hormone, they don't tell you that if you start a hormone going through menopause, that you got to take it throughout your whole menopause. They wean you off it. So my doctor tells me, if you start, you're going to get a little mustache. I said, I already got that. He's talking about, you might get a little hair on your chest, get a deeper voice. I said, I already got that. How you think I met my husband? Y'all laughing? 13 years ago, my husband walked straight up to me way back at the theater. He walked straight up to the front talking about, B-Flat, I love your voice. So raspy, it's nice and sexy. I like your little mustache. I said, hell, it sounds like you like a man. I didn't know you can see my mustache way back there. And if you like my mustache way back there, we got married that night. I had my $80. Said, here we come, City Hall. I found somebody that loved me for me. And that's what I tell my girlfriends, you got to find somebody that just loves you for you. Quit trying to run around trying to look like somebody else. Because all my girlfriends tell me, you can say that because you married and you still got your high school weight. I don't like that. Ain't no such thing as you still got your high. Don't nobody know my situation. I'm skinny because I only got 2 back teeth. When you got 2 back teeth, you get tired of chewing. I just give my husband my food. I said, I'm just going to smoke all my food up. Just gonna roll my salad because I'm tired of chewing. When you ain't got no back teeth, they tell you got to chew your food 32 times. That's when you got 32 teeth. What if you got 2 missing back teeth? Now you got to chew eggs 90 times. Gets old after a while. That's how you keep your high school weight. I was like, don't be asking me about that. Love you the way you are. My girl, all of us, we over 50, way over 50. And I'll tell you, if you got somebody in your life that's loving you the way you are now, hold on to it. Don't be out here running around trying to find a new man, because a new man might not like everything on your old ass body. You know these is razor bumps. Your old man know these razor bumps. A new man might see that, be like, oh, you got that pox, got that monkey pox. You don't want everybody to see your monkey pox. Your old man. Girlfriend, you know what I'm talking about. Your old man used to get that safety pin and a little lighter, help you get the ingrown hairs out. You be like, don't move, girl, don't move. I don't want to stick you. You need that in your life. You need somebody to love you for that. And I'm getting too old for my friends. Be talking about, girl, you ain't got no kids, just you gonna have some kids. Y'all need to adopt some kids. I ain't got no kids I know of, and I don't want none. No. My husband, we don't even let people stay with us. And our friends be mad because we got a nice big house on Stenton. I live right on Stenton. 9 rooms, 2 living rooms, 2 kitchens, 3 bathrooms, 2 offices, a yoga room, a gym, and 1 bedroom. And every time somebody spend a night, they be like, damn, y'all got all these rooms. Y'all ain't got no guest room. Guess what? Your ass can't stay here. You better get in that basement, let them silverfish crawl on your ass. When them silverfish get on you in the basement, you'll go stay at a hotel. We don't let grown people stay with us. You can change all the bedrooms. Yes, that's my yoga room, and this is our house. Don't worry about what we do up here. We like it like that. If I wanted to have some kids, I would have had them. Believe me, in 1991, I exercised my right. I feel sorry for these young girls nowadays. Roe versus Wade is dead. Pennsylvania, we still holding on. But I exercised my right in St. Louis. I wouldn't call home telling my daddy that I'm pregnant. All his little Wonder Bread money from the union he done saved up. Send me to school. Hell no. I was not calling my daddy. I said, if I got to roll down there, if I got to wade in the water, I'm going to get to where I got to go. I ain't calling my daddy. I called 3 Negroes. I said, I need a ride. Who going to give me a ride? My first friend talking about, I need a ride. Where? Don't you got a car? Your car broke down or something? I said, well, where I'm going, I can't drive myself. I need a ride. He talking about, oh, it sounds like you going to a clinic or something. You going to kill my baby? I said, how you know it's your baby? I called 2 other Negroes. I'm waiting on them to call me back. Whoever called me back first, y'all can argue about that in the car. I don't need no money. I just need a ride. How easy can you get off with just a ride? Back in the day, that was like $2.30 a gallon. I ain't asked you for no $300-400. I asked you for a $2.37 ride. Ain't nobody give me no ride. I had to drive myself. Got right in my little blue Renault, drove myself, handled my business. Walked right in. The lady said, ma'am, do you have some with you that can sign for you? I said, yes, ma'am. My twin sister's sitting in the car waiting for me. And she don't want to come in here because, you know, people be crying and stuff. This ain't like it's a hospital waiting room and you can just read a magazine. It's a lot of angst and sorrow going on here. She just going to wait in the car. I did what I had to do. Came right back out. Went up to the counter and the lady said, can you go get the person that's supposed to sign for you? I said, yeah, hold on. I'll be right back. I walked right out. I walked right back in. I said, excuse me, I'm here to pick myself up. I was sitting out in the car. Somebody said, I need to sign me out. The lady looking at me with a side eye. And I know right when I walked outside, I went and got in the car and sat on the passenger side. Y'all not calling the police on me for driving myself home. They looking out the blinds. I'm looking right at their ass. For 2 hours, we looking at each other. Mind your business. Got out, drove myself home. Because I'm a grown woman. I was grown at the time. I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't want no kids out of wedlock. I'm the only girl. 5 brothers. Ain't no kids out of wedlock. I wasn't going to be the one. No, not at all. And I feel like this. I want to start off right. If you marry me and we have some kids together, that's fine. Because if you leave me, you can take them. I ain't have them before your ass. I ain't going to have them after you. I wish he would come in the room talking about, I love you, but you know, I can't be with you, but I want to see my kids. I'd be like, hold up. Everybody get up, wake up. Get your stuff because your daddy want to see you right now. See me on Saturday. See me seasonally when I need some help with the yard. I used to be a stepmom. I'm going to tell y'all that before I get off the stage. But I knew what step mean. It means step out the way, step to the back, step in the room with the daddy. A lot of these stepmoms don't know that. I was the best, worst stepmother. I was the best because I knew what my job was. I didn't give a damn what she asked me. I don't care. Yes, you could do it. And I was the worst because I didn't give a damn what she asked. Yes, you could do it. I don't care. I'm not your mama. Ask me stepmama stuff. She used to ask me mama stuff. I missed the bus. Can you take me to school? Hell no. Now, if you was at home, how would you get to school if you would have missed the bus? Act like you don't see me. You supposed to ask me stepmama stuff. Like, do you got a cigarette? Don't tell my daddy I smoke. Shit like that. 15 years old, came in the house, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the kitchen, getting me a little juice, got the jug up to my lips. I hear the key in the door. Next thing I know, she come walking in the kitchen. Tell me, oh, Miss Bev, please don't tell my dad I just got in. I said, I just got in. Shit. And all this noise you making with your shoes on. Your mama ain't teach you to take your shoes off and put them on your chest and go up the steps like this. Watch me. That's stepmama stuff. Getting too old for that. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm going to let y'all know what makes me a grown woman. I got a panty liner on right now for no reason. It's grown woman. I ain't even got no drawers on. I ain't gonna lie. I got it right here on these pants. Just trying to stay fresh. Hope it don't roll down my leg. Grown women that's handling their stuff, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I knew I was grown when I stopped spending money on shoes that cost too much and started putting it on my house. So when Cardi B had that little song, the Bodak Yellow, I don't mess with you. What was that? Cause these is red by, y'all know the song. How I go? These is bloody, little, say you can't mess with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red, but these is bloody shoes. I'm a grown ass woman. I need some siding on my house right now. Then blew off from the last rainstorm. So I'm taking my little $2,500 and do that. I wrote my own songs called Muddy Shoes, and this is for the grown people handling their business. Hit it, DJ. That was the first song you played? That you supposed to play last? Oh, now I ain't got no music. Am I gonna have to do it a cappella? Oh, what happened to our DJ dude? No, that's not her. She is working the thing. He was in the booth, and the dude with the dreads. There. Can you turn it up so I can hear it? B flat. Say I got sense. Hold up. It's instrumental. And I said, if we ain't gonna do it, I'm just gonna do my own verse and just get off the stage. I can't be up here all night. I know we got a special guest, but that was supposed to be instrumental. And that's why I was like, oh, you can use my phone, but it's all good. I'm gonna, let me hear it then. I'm about to be extra black. Let me hear it then. That is. Because I can't be up here all night. Oh, that's you over here on the side. Oh, thank you, DJ Ebony. I thought it was the dude in the booth. You got the instrumental? Okay, because I could say you can use my phone, but then you're going to have to pay me and give me a couple extra dollars for using my phone. Because they're going to take it out. Okay, let me hear it. Say, I got sense, I'm not spending money on them things. Say, I got sense, I'm not spending money on them damn shoes. Comprehensive, what brains I got them, I make home improve. Home Depot, or it's either Lowe's, I don't want to choose. And I'm quick, buy some window caulk or some other tools. Look, I got land now, I make home improve. I got land, what? These are muddy shoes. If you see me pulling weeds, planting flowers in different hues, hanging drywall, fixing P-trap. These are muddy shoes. Follow me if you want to see where I'm at. I be probably in my basement, trying to fix a leak. DIY, hire nobody, cause I can do it for free. I be in and out IKEA so much, I know they got stock in me. Constantly listing stuff around the house, there's gotta be. Mop the floor and clean the kitchen. Now I'm out here sweeping streets. And you know I gotta smoke, cause this trash shit bothers me. And my neighbors see me cleaning. They don't help, they only speak. Look, I might just rearrange a space. It's always something to do. I might just peel off some paint. I might just pull out a rake. It's time for me to smoke break. I'm like, okay, I'm finna pull out the skunk. I'm finna roll me a blunt. Take me a sip, because it's part for the course. Now I got bills to confront. I got projects to complete. Homeowners know what I mean. So I stay out in these streets while my home earns equity. Mortgage is my biggest bill. Throwing down the principal. Think I'm spending frivolously. Half of the bank don't take no heels. I got land now. I make home improve. I got land, what? These are muddy shoes. If you see me pulling weeds, planting flowers in different hues, hanging drywall, fixing P-traps. These are muddy shoes. Y'all, that's my time. Thank you. Thank you, hometown love. Thank you, Philly.
Y'all keep it going. Did y'all have a good time? Did y'all have a good time? We need to have our president come back up, the person who saw the vision. When I said let's do a comedy tour, she was all for it, and I want to thank her for trusting me to make this happen so that you can have some laughter in the midst of getting out the vote on these midterm elections. Can we clap for the President, Melanie Campbell, for allowing us to do this?
Thank you. Can we bring our comedians back up? You're going to give them a round of applause. Tiffany. And we want to we have some of our partners that are with us, and we have Tiffany to introduce them, but we always like to just say thank you. And for those who have pulled this together, this is kind of part of what we just kind of, you just say, you know what, as we have joy, but we also want to give just a little thank you. And so, Tiffany, thank you for being the host for the most. Okay, thank you. Donna, I know you're not formally with us, but we want to give you a thank you. You come on up if you can. And then for Pam, and then Pam with laborers. I don't know if she's here, but somebody from laborers, we had a gift for her. And we always just give a little thank you gift to our sisters here. A little thank you for you all. Thank you all. So y'all give them another round. And so I want to ask, before I turn it over to Tiffany, ask my brother from another mother who talked about him from New Orleans, Louisiana, who drove himself here tonight to be here, not from Louisiana, but from up the way, New Jersey. President and CEO of the National Urban League. You may also know him as I would say the mayor for life of New Orleans, Louisiana, who was the mayor when they started Essence Festival. But we worked real close together, and he was able to make it. Traffic tried to block him, but he made it anyhow. So we want to let him come up, and he's on my board, but also he's he got his own music.
Hey, she do it with me. We do it together. Hey, I want to give all these incredibly talented sisters a really warm round of applause because, comedy, let me tell you, I'm old school. I still go back on YouTube and look at Richard Pryor and Mudbone. But here's what comedians and people who can tell stories do. It takes incredible talent because everyone who does comedy is an observer of human beings. Yes. And they can take things and make it funny, make us laugh at ourselves. But in doing it, they're teaching. In doing it, sometimes they're preaching. In doing it, they're teaching us to challenge ourselves. And I just sat for just a moment, and not only was I laughing, but when you start talking about people, and I start thinking about people I know, people in my family, neighbors, and friends. So let's give these sisters a big, special round of applause. Love what you all do. Love and all the sister organizers who are leading the way in a powerful way. I was down in Georgia last Friday in Atlanta, and then on Saturday in Columbus, Georgia, and then on Sunday in Durham, North Carolina. And what was powerful, and we did a number of things. We went to the neighborhood. We did some barbershop talkbacks. We had a roundtable with some religious leaders and pastors. What's powerful is the energy on the ground. People doing what they must do. They're not waiting for a candidate or a political party or someone to compel us. Voting is not just about voting for someone. We have to vote for ourselves. We have to cast that ballot because we have to send a message. No matter how hard you try to take our vote away, to suppress it, to marginalize it, to dilute it, to trick us. We're not going to let you do it. We're going to turn out and we're going to vote for ourselves. And sometimes when you vote for yourself, you look up at some of these candidates and you're not inspired. You look up at some of these candidates and you say, do I really want to vote for one of these two? But let me say this. Every vote we do not cast is a vote for someone else's agenda. And what politics and elected office is about, it's not about the personality. I'm not looking for politicians that I want to spend social time with. I'm not looking for politicians to entertain me. I'm looking for them to go affirm our agenda, vote in our interests, use their power to serve the community. And so we have to sometimes get our heads straight. We are straight about what this is all about. Voting is not like buying a popsicle. When I was a little boy, I loved an orange popsicle. I went down to the little corner grocery store. If they didn't have an orange popsicle, guess what? I didn't get no popsicle. I didn't want a blue one. I didn't want a fudgesicle. I didn't want a banana bar. I wanted an orange popsicle. And when it wasn't there, I turn around, leave. That's not what voting is like. Voting is not I walk in, crooked tie, dude wears a sweatshirt, this one can't talk. I don't really like that one, he's got orange hair. So I'm just going, whoop, turn around and walk out. And so I know that everyone in here understands this. I work over the next roughly 14 or so days, 15 or so days. We have to talk to everyone we know. It's not up to television commercials and radio commercials and digital ads. It's about us. So much is at stake. Let me tell you what's emerged and tell a story. On January 5th of 2021, there was a runoff race for the United States Senate in the state of Georgia. Now, this is Georgia, Melanie's adopted home, an old Confederate state, a state where there was once a senator named Richard Russell, who was the king of all segregationists. This is Georgia. And on that one day, because we voted, they elected a black man who happened to be a Baptist preacher, who pastored Ebenezer Baptist Church and went to Morehouse to the United States Senate. And on the other hand, they elected a Jewish man to the Senate on the same day. This ain't New York, this is Georgia. It's not California, this is Georgia. That's January 5th. The following day was January 6th. On January 6th, certain folk was so mad, so angry, so upset, and unwilling to accept a fair and square whooping that they decided to go down to the Capitol and kill people and break windows. And now they're saying, put us back in charge. That's what I call the real story. The same folk who said, we don't care if you're dying during the pandemic. The same folk that have been running around trying to suppress our votes and make it more difficult to vote. The same folk that don't want our schools to have money, our cities to have money, want our water systems to be old and leaded. The same folk are saying, put me in charge again so that I can cut more taxes for the wealthy and y'all can eat cake. This is what's at stake. What's at stake is not a competition between this personality or that personality or this party or that party. What's at stake is a battle of agendas. agendas. That's what is on the ballot. I went to St. James AME Church in Durham, and the pastor there, I grew up with him. He asked me to preach a sermon. He only gave me 22 minutes and 22 seconds. And you know, it takes that much time to get wound up, to get ready. But I found a great passage. Can I share it with you all? In the book of Matthew, chapter 16. And it was about amnesia. And the story was that the disciples were fighting because they'd gone out and they didn't have enough bread. And they were in a panic and in a fret. And then, permit me, Jesus came in and said, don't you remember? I fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread. Don't you remember? We fed 4,000 with 7 loaves of bread. So now, sometimes when I talk to people in this election, and I'm not going to make light of the fact that there's inflation in the economy, I said on January 5th, 2021, 25 million people were out of work. The black unemployment rate was at 15%. And while we're not in a perfect situation, and there are a lot of problems, because we voted, we're better off today than we were on January 5th. So we can't have amnesia and forget where we were 2 years ago. 4,500 people were dying every day as a result of COVID. Our children couldn't go to school, and many didn't have a broadband connection, didn't have a computer, couldn't connect virtually. That's 2 years ago. Now our children are back in school. Yes, we've lost ground. We cannot have amnesia, because sometimes you listen to these, they call them talking heads, I call them pencil pushers, that are on TV talking, and you know, they sound so smart and so intelligent and and sometimes I'm saying, you as dumb as a damn, what y'all call them, dumb as a doorknob, as a bag of rocks. Down in Louisiana says, you dumb as a bag of oyster shells. But the point I'm saying, and I want to just close out, we know what we have to do. We have to talk to each other. But we can't forget, and I think it's important when people say, and I encounter this, I'm not going to vote because I'm frustrated. I'm not going to vote because I'm angry. I'm not going to vote because I'm disenchanted. Then what I say is, I'm disenchanted. I'm angry. But disenchantment and anger has never been a strategy for Black liberation or for progress. We have to take those feelings and channel them, harness them into rebuilding and building and making for a better community. And voting is just one way to do it. Not the only way, not the sole way. Voting alone is not going to set us free. But it's a tool that we have to use, and we cannot give up any tool in this fight. Not one single tool. So I want to thank Melanie. This is my sister here. We go back a long ways. We work together in the trenches. This sister is so hardworking. She's about to, I'm going to tell, Nell's about to get on a plane. She's got to go back down to Atlanta to go to the services of someone who died suddenly. And then she's coming right back the same day, all the way back up to Pittsburgh to do another one of these events. And, you know, it takes a lot of wear and tear, a lot of energy. Wake up early, staying on your feet, long lines, airplanes, bad air, bad food. But she's still in the fight. So Melanie, give Melanie a lot of love tonight. for all her leadership. And you know, I got to get with these sisters because I might have another show for them somewhere. And you, I gotta pay you. I gotta pay you. I gotta pay your brokerage fee. Yeah, and last thing I do, I want to also say this because a sister from NAACP is here, and we have lots of organizations represented here, labor organizations and women's organizations and civil rights organizations, and I want everyone to know that we try to work together.
Unity.
We are not gonna play crab in the barrel tactics and strategies where our egos are so big that all we care about is who's getting the most attention, the most ink, the most light. And that's really, I want the community to know that. Sometimes it's not always clear because you always have, I told somebody, I said, when Barack Obama was in office, the Washington Post would call literally once a week. Y'all got any grievances with Obama? Don't you think Obama's health plan is lacking? His urban agenda is lacking. I'd sit there and I listen, picking to try to find any black leader to criticize the black president. Never took the bait, but if I had a nickel for every time the Washington Post and New York Times, it was always these top newspapers looking for a headline, and we refused to give it to them, even if from time to time we had differences. From time to time we had things that didn't go far enough. We decided, can we go in the room and talk with the man at his table in a respectful way where we honor his role and who he is, but we have a community to represent. And we did that. And that is why we work together. So Mel, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Always great to be with you. Much love, sister.
And the only reason I'm rushing you, Mark, because they're gonna put us out. Not that they haven't given us hospitality, but we promised we would be out of here. So I'm gonna turn it over to first of all, can I give our brother thank you. And I do want to lift up sister who was in the movement, who passed away 2 weeks ago, Jamada Orange. And people who may know, just Google her name. Like, and say her name and lift up her family. Her father was Reverend James Orange, and she just died suddenly 2 weeks ago. So I do have to go in the morning. But you know what? We ain't no waste time. We do what we have to do. It's about family. So we want to thank our family again and turn it over to our sister to close us out and have two other people to speak. And thank you. Give Tiffany another round of applause. And we've got a couple of more. Yeah, she's bringing him on. Okay.
So we have two more speakers, and then I'm gonna get you out of here. But I just gotta ask you, did you have joy tonight? Did you have joy tonight? Did you have joy tonight? Okay. Now we're gonna go back to a little local. So now we got the local president of the NAACP, Miss Kathy Hicks, gonna come and give us a few words. And then we're gonna close it out with my brother, Durwood DJ Woody Wood Bill from 3D, Yo ACAP, Sharp Insight, gonna bring it home for us, okay? So Kathy Hicks, here you go.
All right, thank you. Good evening. And I mean, did you all enjoy the show? Because I was up here cracking up. They done made me forget a lot of what I was planning on saying because I was laughing so hard. But this is beautiful. And it's really great for all of us to be here, you know, when we know how important it is at this time to make sure that we're looking forward to, on November the 8th, getting out and voting. The name of this is Power of the Ballot. And that's what it is. It's power. Because everybody has the opportunity to go and cast your vote, You want to look for those who are going to do things for your community. And if they're not doing that, that's not who you want to vote for. But we can't say we're not going to vote, because we can't affect change if we don't vote. Change comes with voting. And like Mark Morial said, again, we have to do whatever, all of the tools in our toolbox to make change, because we got a lot of problems. You know, the gun violence, everything that's happening in our communities. The only way we are going to be able to affect change is by making change. And that is the power in your vote to be able to do that. In each community, you'll have that opportunity. So Mark Morial pretty much said it all. I'm not going to hold you because I know our time is short, but I just want to implore everybody here tonight to take advantage of the opportunity to look over who is out here representing us and cast your vote on November the 8th. The Philadelphia branch NAACP will be open on Election Day. We will be fielding calls. We will be having volunteers that will help for questions. So anything you need, reach out to us. Join us, because again, we are a movement that is working to change our community. Be the change. Be the change that your community needs. Get out and vote and be a part of the NAACP. Thank you.
Now we're going to bring Woody Wood to the stage.
Billy! Psych, let me stop, y'all. Listen, I want to thank everybody for coming out. This Saturday, we're going to be going out doing some canvassing, and we want to ask everybody to volunteer and come out with us if you have time. And also next Saturday, I want to thank Melanie and our whole team, Tiffany, Donna, Frisbee Greenwood, she's in the back, everybody from Sharp Insight, Yo ACAT, and all of y'all. I really appreciate y'all, and let's remember to fight the power, all right? And let's get out there and vote.
We want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. Enjoy your night.
Everyone, if you could get the food, there's food and drinks outside. Please take the refreshments home with you, please. Please take the refreshments outside. Please take those home with you. Thank you. Are you good? Did you need to do another picture on stage? No, you good. Okay.